Until the Second World War, pretty well everybody would transit abruptly from childhood into adulthood. And societies were much more traditional, agricultural, rural. It's only now that we have half of the population living in urban areas. What happens in an agricultural society? You have to help. You are 10 or 12, even earlier. You have to fetch fuel and water, and you have to help with the crops. So you are an adult, a mini adult. After the Second World War, we had this big cohort of people, baby boomers, that had the privilege of living in peace. If there were wars, they were not at home in developed countries, in Australasia. They had higher educational levels than ever before, better nourishment, so they could afford a period of experimenting, of playing. That was not there before. At the time, we didn't have the word adolescence with the meaning we have today. Adolescence was the study of hormones from childhood to adulthood, but not a social construct, what it means to be an adolescent, that we now don't have to stop and explain. Well, I think that the same baby boomers, because we have in our DNA activism, we have gone through stages of life transforming. Take, for instance, the emancipation of women, the participation of women in the workforce, sexual liberation, prompted by technology. Now we can control reproductive health. Until the baby boomers, it was a nightmare. So all this has helped a lot, the fight against racism, the ugly faces of segregation, of apartheid, homophobia, all these transformations that happen throughout our lifetime. And now that this big cohort, the same baby boomers, are reaching old age, we are going to transform it again. And it's going to be a different transition. And I'm pretty sure that 30 years from now, people will look back and hear the word gerontolescence. You don't have to explain. Gerontolescence will be something assimilated in the same way that today we think about adolescence is what we know.